So the joinery for our door panels is dirt simple. Just stub tenons that fit in grooves we'll cut on the table saw. The reason why I can get away with this joinery is because I've got solid plywood panels that I'm gluing right to the frame. It's going to make for a really rigid door frame. In addition, the plywood panels are rabbeted, so they're flush with the inside of the frame, which creates a great mounting surface for all my tool holders.
We're bringing some of our most popular woodworking content right here to our YouTube channel, starting with this, Mike Pekovich's Hanging Tool Cabinet Video Workshop Series. If you want to build along, we've got links to the plans below, and if you like this type of in-depth content, head on over to findwoodworking.com and sign up for a free 2-week trial of our unlimited membership. You'll get access to over 75 of these long-form video workshop series, and honestly, a whole lot more.
So the first step is to cut some grooves. We're going to tackle that at the table saw. So I've got the blade set for a 1/4 inch cut for the grooves in my rails. To set the distance between the blade and the fence, I use a piece of plywood the same thickness as my panel. By aligning the outside of the blade to the face of my panel, it's going to mean that the panel is going to be nice and flush with the inside of my face frame. I'm going to raise the blade up for the groove in my stiles to give me a little bit deeper tenon, just for a little bit more strength. So once all my grooves are cut, I'm going to go ahead and put a wider dado blade in my table saw to cut both the stub tenons on the rails and also the rabbets on the panels for a perfect fit. I'll reset the blade height for the second cheek. So we've got a nice fit on all of our parts. There's one more detail I want to add to the doors before I glue everything up. Right now my rails and stiles are nice flush fit. It's okay, it's a little boring. What I'm going to do is run the rails across the joiner. This is going to thin them up just a little bit, add a little reveal between the two pieces, hopefully a little interest too. See how it works out. Yeah, that's just right. All right, go ahead and glue up these panels. When they're dry, we'll trim them up, get them attached to our door boxes. Get moving on this case. These little stub tenons that just fit in a groove really slide around a lot. And it's easier to glue up a door that's out of square. So I really rely on the panels themselves, which normally float in a door. In this case, I'm gluing them in, but I'm really counting on that to really pull everything square. So I'm making sure everything is assembled really tightly. All right, let these panels dry for a little bit. We'll trim them up, get them attached to our door boxes. With our door panels done, I went ahead and checked them to the case. They're nice and square to the case. So when I'm gluing them up to the boxes, I'm going to make sure I adjust the box to be even with the edges of the panel. We'll be good to go. I've got a trick to help keep things from slipping around too much as I'm clamping it up. I'll fire a few pin nails into the frame and cut them off. They're going to leave just a little bit of a tab sticking up. which I'll be able to set the panel on. It's going to keep things from mushing around too much. You'll notice I'm not using any biscuits or dowels or nails or screws on this. All that glue surface will make for a really rock solid joint. Even with the pin nails, things can still slide around a little bit with these clamps. I'm always checking with my fingers to make sure the reveals are even all around the case. Well, another example of how you can never have too many clamps. Good news is our doors are done, our case is done. From here on out, we get to turn this thing from a big old refrigerator box into a real tool cabinet. In the next episode, we get to start outfitting the interior for hand planes, a lot of hand planes. Stick around.